Down here on the line now, we've already seen him once for the Abacus Windows Potters. Number 1 is Louis Carr. Riding at number 2, a change we mentioned, Mark Carlson moving up to number 2. And we understand that the problem with Rob Woofenden is that he's got a couple of niggling injuries, and he's therefore taking a couple of weeks out from Speedway to make certain that he gets over those fully. The captain of the Potters, Stoke's top average rider, at number 3, the captain, Nigel Crabtree. Moving down the line to number 4, Eric Monaghan. Riding at number 5, a former Arena Essex rider, Chris Cobby. Moving in to the number 6 berth is Richard Davidson. And at number 7, Mark Pearce. The Stoke Abacus Windows Potters. And then we move down to the Hackney HL1 Kestrels. Second in the league at the moment. Riding at number 1, the skipper, Andy Galvin. Riding at number 2, going well at the moment, Gary Tagg. Riding at number 3, the amazing Steve Schofield. Riding number 4, Paul Whittaker.
Young fellow who got a 15-point maximum last week. He's hoping to do the same this week. That's Paul Whittaker.
And Paul, of course, along with Steve Schofield and Andy Galvin, collected a maximum last week. Riding at number 5 from Denmark, Tim Corneliussen. Riding at number 6, complete with the new haircut, Michael Warren. Riding at number 7 is Dave Hamnett. The Hackney HL1 Kestrels against the Stoke Potters, National League action at Waterton Road. Andy Galvin in red from gate number 2, the first of the riders on the line for heat number 1. His partner on gate 4 is Gary Tagg in blue. For the Potters, we have Lewis Carr in white on the inside line, and on gate number 3, Mark Carlson in yellow and black. Stoke, as I've mentioned earlier, they've had 16 matches, they've won 8 of them, they've lost 8 of them, and that means that they're on 16 points at the moment. The Kestrels, having ridden 1 extra race meeting, having won 14 and lost 3, are on 28 points. So with the Kestrels starting favourites as we go into heat number 1. Andy Galvin, the leader. Gary Tagg having a tussle with Mark Carlson on the first lap. Now moved into 3rd position behind Lewis Carr. Andy Galvin being chased by Lewis Carr. 3rd place held by Gary Tagg. The Kestrels going down the back straight. In 1st and 3rd positions, Louis Carr goes wide and Gary Tagg moves through on the inside. And Louis Carr under a lot of pressure now from Gary Tagg. They go down the back straight for the final time. Galvin in the lead, and Andy Galvin coming round for 3 points. The battle for 2nd place being decided on the line as Louis Carr takes the 2 points. 1 point for Gary Tagg. A 4-2 to the Kestrels to start this evening's meeting. Heat Heat number 2, Michael Warren in red and Dave Hamnett in blue, against Richard Davidson in white and Mark Pierce in yellow and black. And it's the 2 Hackney reserves who go into the lead, but as I speak, Dave Hamnett has machine trouble. Michael Warren the leader. Second place held by Mark Pierce. Third position, Richard Davidson. Dave Hamnett touring round. Problems with the machine. Michael Warren in red, clear of the Stoke Potters pairing. Mark Pierce second, Richard Davidson in third. 1 lap to go for the leaders. Dave Hamnett a long way back, but seems to have got the bike going a little better and wisely keeping going just in case one of the Potters has machine failure. 3 points to Michael Warren. 2 points to Mark Pierce, 1 to Richard Davidson, a 3-all, bringing the scores after 2 races to 7 points to 5 in favour of the Kestrels. The Potters represented by Chris Cobby in white and Eric Monaghan in yellow and black for Heat 3. And they come up against Tim Corneliuson in red, Paul Whittaker in blue for the Kestrels. And problems once again with just exactly where the riders line up on the start-finish line. Eric Monaghan, the rider, now causing a slight problem. Chris Cobby in white, Eric Monaghan in yellow and black, in actual fact. So here we go once again. Riders on the line for Heat number 3, Tim Corneliuson, Paul Whittaker, Chris Cobby and Eric Monaghan. And it's the Potters who go into the lead. Eric Monaghan the leader. Paul Whittaker goes up into second position ahead of Chris Cobby and Tim Corneliuson. Eric Monaghan the leader, being chased by Paul Whittaker. They come round with just over 1 lap to go, and Whittaker looking for an outside line on Monaghan. They go onto the back straight for the last time, and Paul Whittaker nearly got in front there. He goes for the wide outside line. Monaghan cuts across him and takes the checkered flag. 3 points to Eric Monaghan, 2 points to Paul Whittaker, 1 to Chris Cobby, a 4-2 in favour of the visitors, and that makes it 9 points apiece. Heat number 4, the riders come to the line. Riding in red is Steve Schofield, blue Michael Warren, in white Nigel Crabtree, and in yellow and black Mark Pierce. The rider in white, Nigel Crabtree, unsure of the position of the green light. That problem now resolved. And it's Steve Schofield who goes into the lead, followed by his teammate Michael Warren. Nigel Crabtree in third place at the moment, looking for an outside line on Warren. Crabtree moves up to second position behind Scoey. Steve Schofield in the lead. Second place held by Nigel Crabtree. Third place Michael Warren. A few spots of rain in the air as the riders go into the pit turn with just over 1 lap to go. Steve Schofield entering his last lap. As they come round for the checkered flag, it's Steve Schofield who takes the 3 points. 2 points to Nigel Crabtree and 1 point to Michael Warren. A 4-2 in favour of the Kestrels, and that puts them once again 2 points ahead of the Potters. Heat number 5, Tim Corneliuson in red and Paul Whittaker in blue, against Louis Carr in white and Mark Carlson in yellow and black. The riders on the line for heat number 5, 13 points to the Kestrels, 11 to the Potters. And as Tim Corneliuson mentioned to us last week, he's been having problems with getting out of the gate quickly, and visibly the slowest man out of the gate that time, but he manages to pick off one of the Potters as they go down the back straight. Louis Carr leading, Paul Whittaker in second, Corneliuson is third, Mark Carlson at the back at the moment. Paul Whittaker looking for a way round the outside of Louis Carr, and Whittaker finds it. Spectacular riding from the man in blue, Paul Whittaker, to take up lead position. Louis Carr in second place. Tim Corneliuson now looking for a way past Louis Carr, but he's some way back at the moment. They go onto the back straight for the final time. And Paul Whittaker comes round the turn in the lead. 3 points to Paul, 2 to Louis Carr, 1 to Tim Corneliuson, a 4-2 to the Kestrels, and that means that they now lead by 4. Heat number 6, and Andy Galvin rides in red, partnered by Gary Tagg in blue, against Nigel Crabtree in white and Richard Davidson in yellow and black. The Hackney pairing go into a 5-1 lead. Andy Galvin rearing the machine on the back straight. Nigel Crabtree looking to put in a challenge. Galvin the leader. Gary Tagg in second place, ahead of Nigel Crabtree. Andy Galvin and Gary Tagg going down the back straight with just over 1 lap ahead of them before the checkered flag. Nigel Crabtree still in third place. And we look forward to the first 5-1 of the evening in favour of the Kestrels. Andy takes 3 points, Gary 2. Nigel Crabtree comes home for 1 point, a 5-1 in favour of the Kestrels, and that makes it 22 points to 14. Heat number 7 sees Steve Schofield in red and Michael Warren in blue against Chris Cobby in white and Eric Monaghan